Hello, viewers. You're welcome to a fresh edition of your program. Let's reason together with Omotayo. As you remain your anchor, Omotayo Motoshow, and you may wonder what is the topic of Tayo's narrative today. The topic of my narrative is simply, quote and unquote, how well do you support your spouse? And this message is to our women, my fellow ladies, wives at homes, in terms of the support we give to our men. And you may wonder, why am I looking at this topic? Of course, I look at the topic of how well the men fend for their wives on another day. But today, that's what I'm looking at. And you may wonder why the rate at which our men commit suicide is very, very alarming. You see a man looking hale and hearty, looking healthy today, not knowing what is going through at the home front, not knowing that the home front is war, and tomorrow you get to hear that he's down with stroke, or that he's jumped into the Third Mainland Bridge, he's killed himself, he's hung himself. He has hung himself in the corner of his room. He had taken some concoction, some medication that killed him. And you wonder if these things happen, and they happen so often, globally, all over the world. How much support do these men get from their wives? Or are you the kind of wife that will run down your husband just because he doesn't have the financial capability anymore? And you even run him down in the presence of your children, making the children lose respect for him? And you want to go on your knees the following morning to pray, and you expect God to answer such prayers? When God teaches us to respect our husbands, to be submissive through thick and thin, to honor them as the crown of our heads, how well do you support your husbands? And who says the husband must be the financial, how would I put it now, machine that must take care of every financial demand? Why did the parents send you to school? Why did you get educated as a wife? Why can't you get a job to do? And support your husband, compliment him, so that when the rainy day comes, you'll be there to support the family. When you were getting married, is 1 + 1 = 1. But most women would always say, oh, a man that cannot take care of me, that cannot take care of my responsibility, that cannot build a home or a roof over my head, that cannot take care of my parents, that cannot buy me a car, is not a man. That's not the kind of man I want. How cheap. How cheap. So we put so much pressure on our men that we give them heart attack. We don't make them happy. We make them feel inadequate. You compare them to other men, to your friends' husbands. You don't know what they're going through in their homes. Instead of you to get out there and go learn a trade, go learn a vocation, get yourself a job to complement whatever your husband gives you so that God can bless you. You are busy going looking for men that will take over your responsibility, looking for aristos, looking for young men that are rich, looking for those that are... I don't understand it. I can't get it. So why would they not be struck down? Why wouldn't they be thinking, why am I here? My children don't respect me anymore. My wife don't regard me. She goes out, she comes in, I don't even know where she goes. She doesn't even put food on the table just because possibly that your man has lost his job. You don't know that tomorrow God could raise him up again and he becomes that financial head that he was before. So you're a fair weather wife. Please, please, please. Let's go back to the dictate of the Bible. we must support our husbands through thick and thin. There's a lot of blessing in it. So my question as I round up this narrative is, for you watching me, to ask yourself, how supportive have you been to your spouse? As a wife, how supportive have you been to your husband? And next edition, we'll be looking at how supportive have you been as a man to your wife. Thank you, and have a beautiful one.